Oh, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy. We're here to present you our NBA morning shoot around for Monday, March 11th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, MLB, and NFL videos. And if you haven't came and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and Draftkings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure you come check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. Say what up, Jeremy. How you doing today, bro?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm good.
Another day, another week to grind out. I'm ready to get it in. Just kind of jump in real quick before we do, though. Two things. First thing first, if you guys don't mind, just take that quick second. Click the like button down below. Helps me out. Really appreciate that. Second thing is, hey, we got our MLB pre-order special up right now. You get the MLB season package, $150. Get you all MLB season, and we're throwing in the rest of the NBA as well. Full access. Just forget it. Take advantage of that MLB pre-order. Make sure and use promo code MLB50 at checkout and take advantage, man. Join the money team now. So, hey, I'm ready just to jump into these games if you're ready to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. First game we're going to go, it's going to be the Toronto Raptors going into Cleveland to face the Cavaliers. This game has a 222 over-under, and Toronto's favored by 9 in this one.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see Serge Ibaka start here. They don't have a true center. We've seen them kind of flip-flop between Gasol and Ibaka, depending on who the other team center is. Outside of that, don't have a lot of interest here, man. I really got to tell you that. I don't. I think that these guys, from a price standpoint, it's too expensive. The one guy, I guess, that I would play is Danny Green. Danny Green has really been a guy that when there's no Kawhi, that he's played extremely solid. I haven't seen the Kawhi's out today. I know that he rested before. I haven't seen he's out today, so we'll just have to wait and see how that rolls out. But even if Kawhi is playing today, I'm not playing him either. So there's not a lot here for Toronto against Cleveland here.
Yeah, and then, I mean, on the other side of things with the Cavs, I think there's a couple guys you could possibly look at for value. But, I mean, I just think this is going to be a blowout. So, I mean, I'm going to start with – I'll start with the best player first. Kevin Love, 8,600. I mean, the guy's been playing pretty solid since coming back. Problem is, 8,600 going against three really solid big guys in Ibaka, Siakam, and Gasol. He's going to end up running into all three of those guys at some point. I don't know if this is the best spot for Kevin Love. If he was going against a team like Brooklyn or a team that we like targeting bigs, then I would say the 8.6 price tag may be fair, but in this matchup, I'm not going for it. Zizic, 3.6, Brandon Knight, 3.5. Both of those guys are in starting roles at bare minimum prices. You could possibly use them as drop spot plays, but it's all about minutes. Even though they're in the starting lineup, how many minutes are they really going to get? Zizic came back last game. I think he played around 15 minutes. And Knight hasn't been playing no crazy amount of minutes neither. So, I mean, both of them guys have upside, but it's all about if we feel like they're going to get the minutes or not. Colin Sexton, 5.4. I mean, the guy – he's just consistent. I mean, that's what we know we're going to get from him. He's going to be always right around 20 or 30 fantasy points. Maybe doesn't have the crazy upside, but he's usually going to give you a solid floor for the most part. Colin Sexton, I think you can look at him in GPPs. But like I said, it's really a whole tough matchup for all these Cavs. The only other guy that I would possibly look at is Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, 5,200. He's a guy that plays right around 30 minutes a game, even coming off the bench. If it's a blowout, the Clarkson can get that extra run and get in some garbage time. So I think he is in play. One thing I do want to know, I didn't see this before. Larry Nance is ruled out today, so that actually will give a little bit of a bump to Zizic. And if we're going to hear that his minutes are going to get increased to about 20 minutes in this game at a bare minimum price tag, I think that you could take a shot. Outside of that, that's really where I'm at with the Cavs.
Yep.
Moving on, next game we're going to go, it's going to be the Sacramento Kings going into Washington to face the Wizards. This game has a 240 over-under, which is by far the highest on the slate. And Sacramento is favored by 1 in this one.
Really easy here. I'm not trying to take the easy way out. All 5 starters are in play. If you want to take a shot with Harry Giles, he's in play as well. And that's really it, man. I mean, I can't make it any more easy than that. One side note would be that the shooting guard position, which Buddy Hield plays, has absolutely torched Washington in the last 2 weeks. So outside of that, load all 5 guys up, move on with your day.
Yeah, no, hey, I do that sometimes as well. Sometimes, if the starters are in play, all 5 of the starters are in play. You just got to recognize it. It is what it is. On the Washington side of things, I mean, Bradley Beal, I'm sorry, but I can't pay almost $11,000 for Bradley Beal. It just makes me cringe thinking about that, to be honest with you. I mean, the guy's been playing very well. Don't get me wrong. He has been playing well, but the 10.8, I mean, you need almost 55 just for value. Man, GPP for me only. I think you could definitely take a shot in GPPs because, like I said, they are implied to score 119.5 points. So they're going to get some buckets going around. Strictly GPP, though, with Bradley Beal. As we kind of work through, I mean, all these guys are pretty fair price, to be honest with you. I mean, you Porter 6.5, Satoransky 6.3, Green 4.7, Ariza 6.4. I mean, I think you could look at all these guys in tournaments, with the high implied total, but none of them are really standing out as a really, really good steal because of their price. So, I mean, I really honestly do think all 5 of the starters are GPP plays. You can look at, Jabari Parker, but even him, 5.8 coming off the bench. The price tag is up a little bit. I mean, I don't know really what to do with this Washington team. What do you like on Washington?
I mean, I think you've got a lot of guys in play here, man, to be honest with you. I think Bradley Beal, I know it's 10-8, but it's tournaments, and they're, like you said, implied to score 119 points. It's a 1-point spread. But to me, I think you take a look at 3 guys, Ariza, Satoransky, and Jeff Green, and kind of move on with your day. And then you allow Bobby Portis and Bradley Beal to give you some tournament exposure. Jabari Parker's playing fine. He's playing decent. And Thomas Bryant is probably a really, really good GPP play as far as a dart play goes in this one.
Yeah, so I mean, there are some plays on Washington. We just feel there's a little bit more GPPs. We'll keep it at that.
I really think Satoransky and Ariza and Green are fine for cash in this game.
Okay. Moving on, next game we're going to go, it's going to be the Detroit Pistons going into Brooklyn to face the Nets. This game has a 223 over-under. Brooklyn's favored by 2.5. We got 2 really good bigs going against Brooklyn today.
Told you guys the other day, man, just load Drummond up and move on. I personally wish I would have loaded up 100% of my lines with him, but I didn't. I won't tonight, but I think I like the spot just as much as I did the other night. We've attacked Brooklyn every single time they're on the slate with centers. I'm going to go back to Drummond here. I think Drummond's going to dominate again. I look for a big 50 to 65 point upside game here. I think 50 is probably the floor. Look, they've got some other guys that you can play that are playing well. Like I said, this Detroit team is playing extremely well right now. They're in the playoffs as we speak. Reggie Jackson at 5.3 is very cheap. Wayne Ellington has smashed the Nets throughout the course of his career. Don't believe me? Go look at his game logs. He used to play for the Nets, I believe, and that's part of the narrative there that he's always played well when he's played against the Nets, going back to when he was in Miami as well. So I'm not playing Glenn Robinson. That's probably the only guy that's in play here that I'm not going to play or recommend playing. But Luke Kennard is fine, and that's really it. You know, Drummond, Griffin, Jackson, Ellington, Kennard, move on.
Yeah, on the net side of things, they're really starting to get in a little log jam. We talk about it with the Heat all the time. When they're healthy, same thing with Nets. When they're healthy, they do the same little rotation as the Heat where they pretty much just play everybody 26 to 28 minutes. Occasionally, there are a couple main guys, D'Angelo Russell, Joe Harris. So those guys will get a couple little extra minutes here and there because they are the main guys. But there's a log jam right now. You got, Dinwiddie back. Carroll, Hollis Jefferson coming off the bench, Ed Davis. I mean, I'm just going to simple for me on the Nets. I think you look at D'Angelo Russell, you look at Joe Harris. Allen Crabbe is interesting. He's 3,800. He's played 25 and 27 minutes in back-to-back games. He just really hasn't made the most of those minutes. But if he's going to continue to play those kind of minutes at this price tag, I think there's some upside, and he could have a breakout game. And if not, he's a drop spot play. So for me, I mean, that's really where I'm at. It's really just D'Angelo Russell, Joe Harris, Allen Crabbe is a drop spot play. All these other guys is just too much of a logjam of minutes. Let Karis LeVert 5.5. Sorry, I can't forget about him. Very fair price tag. He's a guy that he fills up the stat sheet in a heartbeat. We know that the price tag is down a little bit, so Karis LeVert is in play. They really like him a lot. He is a guy that's going to consistently get 25 to 30 minutes. But outside of that, that's really it for me with the Nets.
Yeah, you guys do yourselves a favor and roll over to our DVP matchup page, and you can see that Allen Crabbe, one of the best matchups on the slate. I like that call a lot, man.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, there's a couple guys you can look. It's just they just have so many bodies right now. Moving on, next game we're going to go with is going to be the Charlotte Hornets going into Houston to face the Rockets. This game has a 224.5 over under, and Houston's favored by 9.5 in this one.
Yeah, we just I mean, these guys just played in Charlotte not too long ago. So look, my problem here is Kemba Walker's 8.8 and he's on the road. I don't like that. I think he's fine in tournaments if you want to take a shot with them. But to me, I think you're better off looking at guys. I guess let me mention this. They've got a huge logjam here of injuries today that would impact a lot of different things. Marvin Williams out, Cody Zeller out. So that's on the table. If Tony Parker, a guy that I really like in this spot, if he's going to play, I think he's a really good tournament play at 3.7. Tony Parker he's probably the best backup point guard in the league as far as minutes and contribution go. He doesn't just come in and give a point guard a break. This guy comes in and he dishes a basketball. He still shoots, and he's still Tony Parker. He's just a diminished part of him. So if he plays, I like him a lot.
He still has some juice, though. He definitely still has some juice.
He has some juice, bro, and I like him a lot, but we have to see if he's going to play. I think he's a really good drop spot play on this slate. Anyway, so if Jeremy Lamb is out as well, we're waiting to really hear on Jeremy Lamb and Tony Parker. You know, Willie Hernangomez, I'm sure, is going to draw a ton of attention today because he's a minimum price player who's going to start, and there's nobody else to come in the game for him. So, you know, the thing that I would like everybody to pay attention to is a guy named Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's a game-time decision, and Bismack Biyombo is a game-time decision. We've seen this rotation in shambles the way it looks right now, and we know exactly who the guys who benefited were. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist has benefited in the past, and so is Bismack Biyombo. So this is a situation. We do our NBA Live today. We'll come back and we'll review what's going on here. But you've got so many guys that are game-time decisions, and with two guys already ruled out, you know, we really don't know where this rotationally is going to go until these other guys are either ruled out or ruled in.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's definitely some targets here if all of these guys are ruled out, right?
Right. It's a situation we got to wait on some news.
Yep.
For sure. Moving on to the Houston side of things, I'm just going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it simple for you, man. There's 4 guys I'm looking at, I'm targeting. I think they're in play. Well, there's possibly 5, but 4 of the starters, Capella, Chris Paul, James Harden, Eric Gordon. I think all 4 of those guys are in play. You know, I think that they're all in solid spots going against the Hornets at home. You know, hopefully this game could somewhat stay close, at least going into the 4th quarter, so they all get their run.
It won't matter. It won't matter.
No?
I mean, weren't we watching the Sacramento game a couple weeks ago, texting each other, like, what are they doing? I hope James Harden gets hurt because this is stupid. They're just – I mean, they had like a 30-point lead, and they're playing their starters in the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Hey, that comes down to dumbass coaching right there.
It won't matter.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are then. So I got all 4 of the starters outside of P.J. Tucker. I don't play P.J. Tucker. The other guy that I'm going to look at off the bench, Kenneth Reed, 5.5. I think he's a solid play. He's the backup, a power forward and center. So he gets his minutes in both of those rotations. So he's still playing, you know. Let me check it out real quick. Let me pull up Kenneth Reed. So he will return today. He's been out. Before he was out, even off the bench, I think the guy's still going to play around 25 minutes. That would be my guess for him. And now the 5.5 price tag, I definitely think that he is in play, even in a bench role, as long as he's playing around 25 minutes. So that's really where it is for me with the Rockets. It's the 4 starters outside of P.J. Tucker. Kenneth Reed coming back. He's going to come off the bench, 5.5. You can always look at a Gerald Green or Austin Rivers as a punt play drop spot. Even a Shumpert. They just got a lot of guards right now. They have a lot of bodies and they don't have enough minutes. So I'm just really, like I said, starters, Kenneth Reed, move on.
Fareed should see solid minutes today because they did rule Nene out yesterday. So that should help, give him, if he's going to play 20 to 22 already, he probably gets maybe 27 today if this game's close. and this is a spot he should dominate.
Right, for sure. Moving on, next game we're going to go with is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder going into Utah to face the Jazz. This game has a 226.5 over/under. Utah's favored by 3.5.
I mean, I can tell you right now that I believe that all 5 starters are in play. I believe Schroeder's in play, and I believe Markieff Morris is in play in this game. I think you can look at all 7 of those guys. That's going to be their rotation. You're going to see moving forward that Abdul Nader will get a little run. Nerlens Noel will get a little run. But that's going to be their rotation, the bulk of it. And here's the thing. The West is so tight from a seeding standpoint that both these teams need this game. This is a semi playoff game. I look for the guy that I really look to go off here is Paul George. I think Paul George is the guy. His price has come down quite a bit. This is kind of a buy low opportunity on what he had been doing recently. I know he's dealing with a little bit of that sore shoulder, etc. But this is going to be a playoff type atmosphere. It's a road game for them. I fully expect Westbrook and George to go into Utah and really put it down today.
Yeah, for sure. On the Utah side of things, man, everybody they got listed as starters is in. Derek Favors is part of the one. I'm like, I don't know, but he's been playing well. Gobert 9.5. Adams hasn't been doing the Adams stuff that we usually see against big men. So I definitely think that Gobert is in play. Ingles 6.4. So I'll just lump it up. Ingles, Royce O'Neal, Donovan Mitchell, all 3 of those guys have been the main guys that we have been targeting. One, Ricky Rubio, and all the other point guards out. So we know Rubio's out. We know Nato's out. Dante Exum is a game-time decision. I don't know if they're just going to bring him back after a long stretch of not playing and throw him right in the starting lineup. That's something that we got to kind of wait and see. But really, it's really Gobert, Eagles, O'Neal, 3,500 probably be really, really chalky. Donovan Mitchell, and then you could look at a Crowder, 5.6 coming off the bench.
The crazy thing to me is I never thought that I would ever say this, but Rudy Gobert is very close to a lock today because you look at what he's averaged against Oklahoma City, you look at what he's averaged on the year, and you see his price tag on FanDuel at 9.5. He's only 7.8 on DraftKings. He has no problem today. I can't see a situation where he doesn't get 45 at minimum. Yeah. 53.3 last time they played, February 22nd. Rudy Gobert very close to a lock today.
Moving on, final game of the night, we got Boston going into LA to face the Clippers. This game has a 227 over/under, and Boston's favored by 2 in this one.
And Jason Tatum was just ruled out. So Tatum will be out. With Tatum out, you can look to Terry Rozier to get a little bit of run. They can play small against this Clipper team. I look for Jaylen Brown to get a little extra run. And then, Daniel Tice is probably going to play 15 minutes in this spot. That would be my guess. And then outside of that, the other 4 starters. Marcus Smart and Kyrie Irving have extremely good matchups, as well as Al Horford. I think all of those guys are in play. We know one thing for sure. Whenever Boston misses a starter, we know there's plenty of usage to go around with the remaining 4, and we know that Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, and Marcus Morris seem to be the 4 guys that benefit the most anytime somebody, whoever it is, Irving, Horford, Tatum, is ruled out. So I think that those are very good value plays with Hayward and Jaylen Brown being probably the best 2. You got a shooting guard and a small forward at a value spot. This game's going to have a lot of points. I would bet the over in this game if I was betting on it, just because of the atmosphere and the way that the Clippers play. But again, 9.8 for Kyrie Irving is probably the only guy that I'm not too interested in loading up. Outside of that, I think Horford, Smart, Morris, Rozier, Hayward, Jaylen Brown, all in play.
Yeah, for sure. On the Clipper side of things, Clippers are one of them teams that they have a weird rotation. They have their 2 best players. Well, basically their 2 best players come off the bench is what really goes down with the Clippers, So Clipper side of things, Zubac, he's been playing well. He's been getting consistent minutes. We know the upside Zubac has. We've liked targeting the Celtics with bigs, with solid bigs. Al Horford's been playing well, but he's a little bit older, a little bit slower. So I definitely think Zubac is in play. Patrick Beverley, 6.2. Clicking on Patrick Beverley's name is one of those feelings where you're like, am I really doing this? But if Patrick Beverly gives you a solid floor, he just does a little bit of everything. He has a little bit of upside, plays some defense. The guy has, like I said, a little bit of upside. I like Patrick Beverly, 6.2. Going to be going, back and forth. Probably going to be guarding Kyrie Irving, so we could possibly maybe a little bit of foul trouble. That's the bad part about Beverly. You see, the other day I was watching Beverly. They had this dude guarding LeBron James, and he was all up in LeBron, pushing him around, doing that. So the guy's just a really gritty guy. Could see him doing that against Kyrie. Definitely think Beverly is in play. Gallinari, they got him playing. They're playing some small ball, and they got him playing at the 4. Allowing him to get a couple extra rebounds. He's still pretty much their main scorer outside of Lou Williams. Gallinari is in play as well. And then you go to the Montrezl Harrells and the Lou Williams, both of those guys coming off the bench. Obviously, both of those guys are in play. Clippers are fighting for a playoff spot right now, so they need to win every game right now down the stretch. So Doc is going to play his main guys, even if they are coming off the bench. So, for the Clippers, it's Zubac, Beverly, Gallinari, Lou Williams, and Harrell. That's really where I'm at with the Clippers.
Yeah, and the Clippers have only played 2 games since March 4th, and Boston has played, I believe, 4 since March 3rd. So, they've been on the West Coast here. I believe this started on Thursday, right, with Golden State. They played Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, or Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that on the West Coast here. This could be a tired Boston team, especially with Tatum getting ruled out. And the one thing I'll say about Beverly, bro, is anytime it's a national televised game or it's a big-time point guard, this dude shows up and balls out. He had 31 last time they played against Boston. I love Beverly today.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm with you. Hey, that's what we got. 6 games wrapped up. I will be back a little bit later with my NBA core video, and we will be back with our NBA live segment today. Updating you on any news that we have coming into a lock. So make sure that you got those notifications turned on and you subscribe to our channel, and so you don't miss any videos that we do come out with throughout the day. Outside of that, hey man, I hope this helped you guys out. Good luck on your guys' contest tonight, and peace out.